So I think that will be an interesting video of how to choose the franchise and how to start your own business. Why am I going to tell you about franchise stories today? We've launched more than 600 projects of the escape rooms all around the world. And right now, in our new company, Another World VR, we have more than 300 franchise partners all around the world. So we know a little bit about this type of a business. We've helped partners to launch their locations in United States, Canada, in Europe, in the Middle East, and even in Australia. So we have a wide range of experience through all around the world. My name is Petrenko Vasily. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Another World VR company. Okay, some of you might think that I will advertise our franchise through the whole video. No, don't worry about that. We will talk about franchise stories in common, and of course I will tell you more about virtual reality market and entertainment market in general. Oh, yeah, of course there will be a little ad about our company and about our product, but little one. So first of all, what is a franchise and why do you might need it? Basically, in common words, that's already packed business which you just take, repeat, and open your own location. So if you want to start your own business, earn money, and avoid a lot of mistakes, you can choose one of the franchise stories and repeat it in your city. It might be a restaurant, cafe, VR center, family entertainment center, so whatever they have on the franchise aggregators' websites. Franchise companies have a really detailed guide on how to start their business and how to operate it. So if you don't have any ideas about startups and starting this kind of a story, you can take a proven business model and go through the franchise story. But all those guides, instruments, and instructions doesn't mean that you will just throw your money, lay on a couch, and earn a lot of profit.
Shut up and take my money!
No, that is still your own business, so you need to work hard to earn more money. So you're not investing into some equities or assets. It's a real business, so you take all those instructions from your franchisor and follow it, basically. That's a thing that we saw in our company previously. At the very beginning, when we only started to make first games and the first content, we were not packed as a franchise. And a lot of our partners, they were opening their venues just like as they want, with their own decoration, their own design, and so on. And we saw that those locations that are good looking and provide better service, of course, earn more money. So we started to write some guides on how to make the decor, how to make the design. We did a special design project for all of our locations. And right now, in the contract, we have the right not to open the location if they are not following our design project. And that's just one thing. You can imagine that some of the partners, I don't know why, but they were not following the marketing guide. So they were not doing half of the things that you need to do to earn more money. Even though it's their money, they were just losing profit. And of course, you can imagine that we had successful partners, better ones, and we had the ones who are not earning profit. That's a problem. And right now we are having more locations, we have more experience, we have more instruments in our guidelines that you need to follow to start our franchise location. And we have in the contract right not to open the location if they're not following those rules. That's the difference between starting your own business and buying a franchise. Franchise is an already existing story proven some other business owners who tried it and got success. Making your own business might have some benefits. For example, you don't have to pay license fee or royalty to the franchisor. Yeah, you are saving some money, but you need to get with all the things on your own. And you can make mistakes which were already done by some other business owners. Yes, you can try and make your own startup, open the first venue, the second one, make a success, and maybe even start your own franchise story and sell it to somebody else. But that's just a really tough thing. So, as I mentioned, we have more than 10 years of experience on the entertainment market. So we did escape rooms before, more than 600 projects. Right now, we are working with the partners in Another World, with the virtual reality arenas all around the world. So we have the experience of 300 partners all around the world. And still, sometimes we're making some mistakes. But as a franchise net, we have more power to fix those mistakes fast and put a new line into our guide. so that the future partners will avoid this fail. Also, of course, we are providing some new instruments, new marketing tools, new design guidelines, and some even materials for photos, videos, which our partners are using in the advertising so they can earn more money. This is how it works when you're buying a franchise. Again, if you're making your own business, that's okay, but you need to understand that everything you'll be doing on your own. Starting from the brand, logo, website, stuff then making a construction works and the decoration and the furniture in your venue, and finishing those marketing tools, advertising, social medias, and everything that you're operating the business. Here we are a little detailing about my company as I promised. If you want to have a franchise company which is profitable, if you want to have a lot of clients who are happy playing virtual reality games and join the community of entrepreneurs, you can leave a request for our franchise company, Another World Virtual Reality. The link in the description, so we are waiting for your request to tell you more about it. You might think that if company has a pretty famous brand, that it is the best franchise.
Are you serious?
Yes and no, because the thing is that the more famous it is, the more expensive it will be, and the more strict rules will be in that franchise. At some points that's a good thing, so you're just following all the guidelines and making your own Starbucks, McDonald's or whatever. But I even saw some cases then the franchisor had really strict requirements and it was worse for the partner. For example, I know story one of the food restaurants, I will not tell you which one, and they had a partner who had some master franchise for the whole country. And the thing is that he had to open the amount of restaurants to keep the license and keep the master franchise. He was doing really well and opened more than 20 restaurants all around the country, but he had to do more, and then crisis came and he slowed down a little bit. Slowed down. He didn't stop. He just asked for one more year to prolong the contract to make his job done. But the franchisor told him that no, we have a contract, it's clearly written what you have to do, so you are violating the contract and we are taking your master franchise out of you. So basically he had to close all his restaurants and losing all of his money. Yeah, that's an extreme case, but as I said, those famous and huge brands, they have a really strict and huge requirements. So you have to think about that before you are buying this kind of a franchise story. And the thing is that they're pretty expensive. Maybe that's not the thing that you want to start first.
I mean, it's all right, like...
If we are talking about franchise cases on the entertainment market, yeah, I can name some of the companies like Dave & Buster's, and that's a good point, again, if you have a lot of money, because you're starting an entertainment center and you know what to fill in there, what attractions and so on. And all of the people around knows that if they're coming to this entertainment center, they will get this type of entertainment and this type of joy. But again, if you don't have tens of millions of dollars to start this kind of a business, we need to look at some other things in the brand and decide on how to choose the right franchise and start your own business. By the way, if you like this video and the story of our company, don't forget to put the thumbs up and subscribe on our channel. So, how to choose the right franchise? I will tell you as an example about VR arenas. We are providing entertainment to people, so the first thing you have to look at the amount of the content that these franchise company has. What type of games, the target audience, the amount of players, because yeah, if you already have some family entertainment center and you want to add the VR arena as a part of it, you need to look at what you have there already. The target audience might be different. You might have only kids in there, or adults, or families together, so it really depends. The amount of players is also really important thing, because initially VR was provided only as a single player, but right now there are a lot of companies who are providing as a multiplayer game. And here again you need solution, because depending on the amount of players there will be different business model for different franchise. In our case, on our arenas you can play from 4 players up to 20 players simultaneously, because the more players there are, the more money you can earn as a business owner.
Nice.
It really matters what type of games you might have there, because if it's a small single-player game, it won't take your clients back to your location. So we are trying to combine different games that have an already existing scenario for half an hour and some games that don't have a scenario and can be played player versus player. In this case, it's like Fortnite, Counter-Strike and those other games that players are playing every day and they can come back to your location to try it one more time. One more thing about the content is how often new games released by the company. So in this case, if you have some more new titles every year, for example, you can again attract your existing clients and make them come back to your location. That is what we call retention. And you're making your client get back and pay you one more time. So it's like a lifetime value. Because initially, to get the clients for the first time, you're paying Google or Instagram targeting, Facebook targeting, whatever. You're paying a lot of advertising to get this client. After you got your client in your client base, it means that you have his phone number or email and you can send him a message that, hey, I got a new game released, or come back and play, or here is a special offer for you, or whatever. There are a lot of instruments that we have in our guidelines. But let's get back to the content and start in the business. The last thing I haven't mentioned is the equipment, so the headsets or computers or whatever you are using there, because this is your investments. This is what you put into the business, and of course there is a difference if you invest $50,000 or $500. All of that affects your business model. Of course, it's easier to get back 50K instead of $500,000, but you need to understand that for 50K you will have a good equipment. To be honest, this is how our company started. Back in 2018, what we saw on the market, there were some companies that were providing franchise in a VR arena business, but they used a really expensive equipment. They were using OptiTrack as a tracking technology, and only the equipment for VR cost more than $100,000. We saw that HTC released a new headset, not this one, this is a new version, but those headsets allowed us to track the players without the OptiTrack technology. And the whole equipment for 4 players cost us $20,000. So instead of 100+K, we could do that only for $20,000 for all of the players. By the way, with the OptiTrack thing, the game was also available only for 4 players. So we saw that we can make the same type of content, the same games, but with the investments few times lower than the other ones. So our business, our VR arena could be started if the business owners, not only the big cities like New York, Los Angeles, London, and whatever, but it could be started even in small cities because it's lower investments. You can start this business faster and get your money back faster and make profit. So again, if you're choosing between different franchises on different markets, just take a few of those and compare them. Compare what the investments is needed to start one or another business and what are they providing for that amount of money.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Because it could be the same price, but one company is giving you a turnkey solution and the other one is giving you only the famous brand. Okay, about the brand, because we talked a lot about the content on VR arenas, but what else do we have more in a franchise thing that you should pay attention to? So first of all, that's the experience. By experience, I mean the amount of existing locations, because this is something that you can check. The amount of the location, you can get their contact, you can call them, you can ask them about how they are doing and what the main company provide them as instructions, as what do they do for them, basically.
Okay.
Because again, if they only charged a huge license fee at the very beginning and gave them the brand and that's it, that's a bad sign. Yeah, because the brand, the website, it's a cool story, but again, that's not the whole thing that you have to get from the franchise. On the other hand, franchise stores might charge you royalty, and yeah, that's additional expenses that you will have on your business, but that's kind of a sign that the main company is interested in your success, because the more they help you, the more profit you gain, the more revenue, means the more you pay to the franchisor company. And those companies who are paying attention to the royalties, they are the mostly successful ones, because again, they are interested in your success. And those partners who are succeeding in our case, they can open the second, the third location and expand their business. Yeah, you need to get the approval from your franchisor company. So that might be a minus of working with a franchise, because you cannot do whatever you want with your business, because still it's the brand of another company. As I said previously, with some huge brands, you cannot add even a small detail into your business on your location because it is out of the rules of the main brand. So you may think that using a franchise story for your business might make some limits in there, but that's not completely true, because if you want to expand, if you're doing good, if you're a successful location, of course the franchisor company will give you all the opportunities to grow your business together, because they're also interested in that. So if you're interested in starting this kind of a business, or especially VR arenas, pay attention to the amount of the locations, to the content that is provided by the franchisor company. By content, I mean the exact VR games, the content that is provided to start the business, all those guidelines, design project, brand book, website, and so on, some scripts for the sales managers I mentioned, and the content that is provided to operate the business. Take a look at the investments needed and what is included into that investment, so it won't be a payment only for the name of the company and nothing beside that. No, it should be a pretty detailed thing, including equipment, turnkey, and everything in there. Take the contact information of few partners of this franchise company and call them to ask what are their results and how the main company helped them to achieve those results. That is really important. Ask them about the support, business support, tech support, because in our business that's also really important, so that you will get the technical support for your equipment, your games and everything. And of course, ask them about the business model, the whole finance table with all the investments at the beginning, the expenses, possible revenue, so that you will count it initially and there will be no surprises. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you got some useful information from here, and as an entrepreneur you will start your own business in the right way. So don't forget to put your thumbs up so that other entrepreneurs will see it, and don't forget to subscribe on our channels and ask your questions in the comments, because I read all of those. Thank you for watching. See you then. Bye bye.